Hey, welcome back everybody. So yeah, this is just like a re-recording. I scrapped all of the commentary, every single live commentary, voiceover. It's all gone. I did that because I was reviewing the footage and the video itself last night when I uploaded the first time. And I was just kind of disgusted and just appalled at the stuff that was actually coming out of my mouth being said. I suppose just, that was my breaking point. I think everybody has one, and we reached mine last night. It's definitely like an early warning sign that, I guess, or maybe an indication that this hiatus that we are about to go on regardless, that we have lined up, couldn't have really been timed any better. We definitely need to step away entirely from the game, from YouTube, from just everything for a little bit. Kind of reset, take a little bit of vacation, right? Like, I think we've been working a little hard. We've been going kind of hard. Very long grinding sessions. Without, with just the results we're getting, it's bound to do this to me, I guess, personally. At some point, like a breaking point, I guess. It's kind of twisted my perception, because we got the pier hat out of pier, which is probably one of the most coveted items for an Ironman. It's like a free Zachem helmet. And you can get it so early. You can get it I think the requirement is 80. And there's no way as an Ironman you're getting a Zachem down at level 80. So it solves a lot of problems for, anybody in our position. It would solve dexterity issues of wearing equipment. We get a Taru cape later. I didn't know about the 85 dex requirement because I never played wearing one. I always used the pink adventure cape. Yeah. So anyways, I was saying, twisting our perception. What is effed up is that I see that as like a slap in the face, kind of. You can, because the possible roll is 25 on any given stat. I'm not asking for a 25, of course, but I'm definitely, it's the 13 on the dex that kind of hit a nerve with me, especially with how our luck has been, and I see this coming up. I kind of lost control here. I lost it. So you saw the video, the original upload, that came out last night for around 30-ish minutes before I deleted it. I'm very sorry about that. If you're a returning viewer or an enjoyer of the series or a fan, I definitely don't deserve any sort of fans or viewers for what I just uploaded last night, and I'm so very sorry about that. I have no excuse. I'm so very sorry. This is a fresh day, so I'm not angry anymore, but I lost it when I saw that helmet. And we tried to scroll it with some helmet deck 60s that we had from before, when our bandanas, let me remind us all, we had 3 bandanas, 2 green ones, 2 passes, 5 fails, 40%. Second green bandana, 2 passes, 3 fails, 40% also. Gray bandana, 2 passes, 1 fail, so 2 for 3. Yeah, and that's why we have those 5 helmet dexes that we put on our pier helmet hat, and this is what happens to it. It's I think it goes 3 for 5, which is 60% right on ratio. And that just further caused me to burst a vessel there. It means it's a little more impactful later when we get our Taru cape, because we're 1 dex short without our Icarus cape, where we'll be at 84 dex. And just that 1 pass would have been just very helpful to us, would have saved some time, because whenever these 60s fail and they're riding on our shoulders, the failures, the effects of them, it always leads to a grind of some nature to kind of do some damage control to fix what was not originally anticipated on happening, what was unexpected, what was expected. Yeah. So yeah, right. Anyways, we were going to other maps and trying to find how to get that dex. I truly was out of ideas. And I needed a guaranteed method of getting that 1 dex because I can't really count on any kind of scroll passes. I just wasn't really looking to replicate what the events that transpired 2 episodes ago on what was it titled, Exotic Deer in Distress. I was not looking to replicate that day because that was just a recap on the episode. It was just us hunting a scroll for an entire play session, and basically it amounted to nothing. It was yeah, I need something guaranteed. I can't afford to have that happen again. I have to avoid that at all costs. I don't think I could. I don't want to know what would happen if that happened again. Yeah, I think we decide on Hime's when we try to think about ways to get that 1 dex, but then I give up on it very quickly. I just don't have the attention span. I lose it instantaneously, pretty much on our first ball of Hime's when we get there. So yeah, those little froggies, those little cats, drop the dark tokens. I think dark tokens are superior to the candies, since you can only get the dark tokens through the specified events or those kind of random uncommon little animal spawns. And I think the reward pool is a little better too. I'm not sure how I feel about the purple deep witch belt. I wish it was permanent, just because you are having to chaos it to get a high weapon attack belt, and chaoses are very, very finicky, very difficult. But that would kind of make the Von Leon belt obsolete, so never mind. Definitely Von Leon getting a good belt. It's probably a year-long grind to do that, pull that off. So yeah, much longer than we've been grinding. We've only been grinding for about a month. But yet again, I think I'm fed up with the game right now. I think I need to leave the game and just to kind of fix our attitude check, adjustment, be fresh, kind of have a little bit of time so that all of these things that are happening to our character are just out of our mind, that I don't remember, and I can just kind of treat it like a day one again, have that enthusiasm, have some ideas, inspiration, some better ideas. Because, sitting through a pap, we go pap later, sitting there for an hour and a half, 2 hours, I don't think that's a good idea. It's like content to put out there, and maybe it's unusual to see a 109 character down a pap, but maybe there's better stuff in terms of just playing well. So yeah, just having some fresh ideas from the break, it's definitely needed. Better content too, better commentary where you won't see that just nerd rage. Here's the Wish Tower Hard guide. I see a lot of people or players just they literally say, they write it out, something alluding to along the lines of, this jump quest is too hard, I won't be doing it this year. And it just kind of hurts to hear it every time I hear it, because it's such a good jump quest. If you do it whenever the cooldown's off, every 6 hours, you could get 12 of the enchanted lollipops, the spellbound lollipops, or the enchanted peppermints, and that's a lot of money. That's almost a so yeah, it's definitely a pretty big bankroll. Just by something very quick you can get accomplished. What is it? Usually it should take around 2.5-3 minutes for the Wish Tower Hard, once you have practiced to the point that it's a first run go through, and the Halloween Gauntlet Challenge should take around 4 or 5-ish minutes. So you can do both in under 10 minutes. And if you have the time to do it, if you're playing and they're not done, I think definitely why not get them done very quick? The rewards are a little bit too good to pass up, right? But then again, I also understand too the fact that this is a lot to keep track of. It definitely it's almost like something is kind of nibbling in the back of your head on these events like Halloween or Christmas or Valentine's event. There's so many things going on simultaneously on a schedule that you have to plan your entire play cycle around these things and being able to attend them. So I definitely understand why someone wouldn't want to be bothered with any of this. I certainly was like that for, at least lately. I had a buddy who taught me this jump quest. He was like the jump quest sort of specialist I talked about in one of the beginning episodes. But yeah, he was a good friend of mine. I was stuck around like hour 4 on one attempt, just kind of failing at the same parts of the witch tower and just getting really kind of nowhere. And then called him up. We shared our screens to one another, and then he kind of coached me through every little like pixel frame, step by step, on what to do each time until I kind of wasn't able to mess it up. And yeah, he's a super cool guy. I appreciated him for teaching me. So hopefully the guide here helps. If anyone watching this has been having trouble with it, hopefully that helps. And just encourage you not to give up. We go do a quick gatch session here. We had enough for 35 tickets. We get a Taru's spirit cape. It's kind of nice. It's kind of like a pier hat. How I saw it as the pier hat, like how I was saying before, how it twisted our perception. I perceived it as an insult, a slap in the face. I shouldn't, because it's a good thing. It raises our range by around 100, but it is below average, and that's why I saw it like it was. And I also further had some anger some hostility in my sentiments, because I knew that we would have the 60% chaos Ataru cape, right? That's the only way to go about it. Like, sure, we have like cape for strength, or do we throw them all away? I forget. But yeah, we have cape for strength. We could totally do that too, but I'm not really gonna. That's like kind of a waste of an attack weapon cape, in my humble opinion. So we're gonna chaos it, and then just thinking about just the amount of luck you need to have chaos outcomes. Also made me angry. We go to Ulu to try to do some of the Crex pre-quests. Yeah, this is when our voiceover started to get a little spicy on the old upload. Yeah, I was just like dropping F-bombs and cursing the game and cursing the developers and saying, waving my fist in the air, like saying, "Oh, how dare they have a game feature where you get stun locked permanently." But it is frustrating. Like, if you have even one Montracer or one Dooku on your tail, hot on your 6, and just like using the stun attack, you're perma-stunned. And if you hit 2, you're definitely screwed. You have to log off the game, or you're gonna be there for 24 hours or longer. You'll never be able to break out. And there's that Odaiba map in Neo Tokyo that was a little better designed, with those machines that mini stun you. Like that was acceptable to me. Just because I could break out, and not have to close my game to free myself, and the monster card also stopped the stun. I wonder if it's the same for those two, but I'm not. It's like kind of really hard to get it before you get this card set that stops being stunned. I stop at the Dooku's because I don't want to use that many roars. I don't want to Dragon Roar, use up all those pots. There's no point. We can't Crex at this time either. 500 million HP. Talking about long grinds, talking about all day sorts of grinds. That would be one in earnest. I don't even know if we have the inventory space for pots to do that. So there's no point either. So we farmed some Helmet Deck 60s. We did a bit of scrolling before this. I forgot to record it. It was a 9-3 Dark Imperial from Ulu, with Petri fighters, I think. And that went poorly. It went fail, pass, fail. And then we go straight to the helmet thinking it's going to do some stuff. And it's fail, pass, pass, fail, fail, pass. No, I forget, but it ends 3 out of 5 again. So not really what I'm looking for. And just kind of you see what's happening to her helmet, such a coveted, prestigious helmet for an Ironman, and this is what becomes of it. I need a break from this. And then I really lost it in the voiceover right around here too, last night. Again, I think I don't deserve any support if that is what I choose to put out there. I don't know why I thought that was cool to put out there. I'll stop talking about it. We'll forget it happened. The only thing I can do right now is just to delete it, take it down, and put on some more PG kind of commentary that's relevant to the game, what you're seeing, not just hostility. We're thinking hard, I think, right here on if we want to just give up there and stop, but it ends up at 25 decks total, which is alright. If I was on any other character, I would have tossed the helm long ago. If that puts it into perspective, after I probably would have just tossed it at the first 5 scrolls, which is throwing it away. I definitely would not settle for a Zachem helmet like that on any character I played, but it's all we got for now. So we'll roll with the punches. We'll take it. I would honestly throw it away if it wouldn't be stupid too, just because I wasn't anticipating on getting this in the first place. I had never had this in any sort of mental calculation. But if it will mean we can wear Sky Skis earlier, if we can somehow get more decks, maybe get our Deputy Star. We hunted a bunch of Bigfoots later, like 3 of them, to no success, no foots, because that also kind of wore on me, I guess. Everything wore on me in this session. I should probably maybe be more strategic, smarter, not take on so many high, very demanding kind of tasks at once in one session. Maybe break it up amongst days, because first of all, doing all these jump quests every hour, grinding for consumables, doing the Papulatus, then doing 3 Bigfoots, and like kind of scrolling also with to poor effect. That's a lot to take on in one session. And that's kind of maybe why I reacted the way I did. It was like maybe that's why I lashed out. Maybe I just have something fucked up in my head. I don't know. But, we'll keep going. We have to find that deck somewhere. So you're right, like I said before, Hime's, try to go for Earring deck 70s. I figured that's too much of an ask currently. I don't want to even risk or toy around with the thought of farming a bunch of Earring 70s and then having all the earrings for scrolling explode or something like that, or having them fail and end up at like 4 decks or 6 decks maximum, you know? Like 6 decks would be an improvement, sure, but we'd still have to, this would not really be the equivalent of a grind being over. If it was 8 decks, then I would be okay with any of the decks kind of hunt here. So like I said, we stay here very briefly, and then we move on to Dojo next. It's kind of like I said, an inconvenient thing about us is that we like to boss. I like to boss. I like to do I like to dojo and kill the stuff in the dojo. I think the pot mechanics are cool. I think the abilities are cool. So right, we just kind of spam invincibility. Have the pick up. We have the pots, whatever is on the ground. We wait for the mob spawns, and then that will have us be able to kill anything up to Manon. So that's kind of what's up there. The blue belt. I was thinking about the grind is involved with the blue belt, because I think that's 4,200 points or something, and it took us this long to grind 1,800 points. Whew. Then we might actually have to kind of do the smarter method of just leaving quickly, killing what's easy, and then leaving immediately. Kind of compare the amount of points we can get per hour. But yeah, that'll probably what we do. I'm thinking now about where to catch next, because Pyrion's kind of cool and all, but I might just go for Mushroom Shrine, trying to find the Chaos, throw it on our cape or something. Because I can afford to lose the cape. 5 strength at 2 weapon attack. If it goes to like 0, or becomes a strength cape purely. Damage control with cape strengths. But yeah, that's kind of where my thinking is. Be kind of cool maybe to throw our first Chaos on our Ironman. Here's a Halloween gauntlet. It's kind of neat. This guy's AFK, which is too bad. I was kind of hoping to go neck and neck with him, but it's alright. We'll just get it done. I think you get more points if you finish versus don't finish, even if you do win. So yeah, we'll just try to maximize our point gain, our rank ups, and yeah, get as many dark tokens as we can, because those will be for Jelts. And we're going to just mess up all the Jelts we can, because Jelts will trivialize the rest of the game for us. I mean that kind of truthfully, because with Zakum, let me backpack a little bit. So for our first Jelt, we tested it out on a Bigfoot. We can clear around 25-ish% with a Jelt. So yeah, 4 Jelts, 32 million HP. That's Z-arms down in around yeah, what is it, 40-ish, or yeah, 40-ish minutes, and then it'll just be the bodies the rest of the way. So at like 130-ish, 135, 130-ish, if we're stronger, we could definitely down it with just purely like 100 Jelts. We could totally down Zakum, no problem. That's probably cheat. Is that cheating? Yeah, let's just say it is cheating, but I'm gonna do it regardless. I'm gonna massive Jelts and we're gonna kill Zakum. And at one point he's gonna run out of HP, or MP I mean, and it'll just be a cakewalk. Once he runs out of attacks, we just won't even need a Jelt. We can just be patient. Yeah, just kill him repeatedly. Here's the challenge, the Halloween challenge. Jump quest here. Yeah, definitely should do it. I think 10 dark tokens is nothing to scoff at. Definitely adds up. And it's very easy to do too. It's definitely easier than Witch Tower Hard, and you have the potential to do it very quickly, because you can abuse your kind of collision with the sort of obstacles. Yeah, like with that, you can kind of launch yourself, skip a platform. It'll launch you in the same place every time, so don't worry about having to stick the landing. You will get across. And that's like just the main thing that takes up the most kind of part of your mental faculties, is where you're going to land for jump quests, right? So if you don't have to think about that part, you can just worry about the obstacles, and yeah, be more likely to dodge them or position yourself for the next jump. So yeah, kind of like that. Do that entire section in like 4 jumps. You just do it like you just skip across. Yeah, like I said, very, very easy. Coming up, just ropes. This is a pretty chill section. Just kind of run to the shurikens and get launched onto the next rope, just so you make it over faster. Because you're kind of like floaty. You're more floating in like a floating state when you're just jumping without being hit. So, just my sort of preference. And if you're in iframes, kind of reduces the possibility of, I don't know, falling down from something unexpected hitting you. But yeah, I think you can run to that last spider there and get flung onto the platform. I usually don't go for it. I just don't want to risk it. Just take that extra few seconds. Guarantee I'll make it through. And yeah, dark tokens. I don't think we're gonna go for any sort of witch hat with the dark token. because maybe we'll actually do a couple just because it's kind of fun to try to scroll those witch hats. Like, I love the chaos things. I just don't like how expensive they are, and when their propensity to ruin extremely high value gear that was fought for in like blood, like sweat and tears. But a witch hat is kind of like a pretty chill entry level item that is pretty easy to get if we do all the events. So yeah, that's kind of it there. We took a little longer, but that was like our first go through. It'll get faster, get more efficient. This is Papulatus. There's nothing to this boss at all. I don't think I kind of lost. You know how I said I was coming in with, I was gonna maintain my respect for Papulatus as a boss. I got extremely mad here because Papulatus sleeps around 40-ish times every 12 minutes. We down 5% per cider, so that is 1% per minute. So he did that over 12 minutes, and because of this and how this whole thing goes, I lose all of my respect for Papulatus as a boss. I no longer respect this boss in any capacity, for the simple fact that I think a boss should behave in a way that challenges and puts pressure on the challengers, you know, the fighting party or the fighting individual. Like, for a boss, like I would anticipate on a mechanic that you must kind of address or makes the fight interesting. A boss that'll put pressure on the players, the attackers, or the healers, or any sort of role with a status effect or seduce or high damage attacks, a must dodge attack. But I guess that's not really what Pop is all about. But it fails to do that even at 109. Like, if it was like at 125, and I was like, you know, it wouldn't be this hard. But at 109, it's failing to even put any sort of dent on our character. What it's doing is it's just actively kind of just hiding in iframes, and it eats up time. It kind of wastes time, for lack of a better word. Adds up to around like 42, 43-ish minutes of just standing there. And that's why I hate this boss now. I don't think we'll do Papulatus any longer until we get a nice power up or we get more levels. Bridge that damage reduction gap. I don't know if anybody's played World of Warcraft, but those are some of the most well-designed bosses I've ever seen in any video game. And in terms of just bosses and kind of raid dynamics, teamwork, Von Leon comes a little bit close, but yeah, definitely some very well-made bosses. I wish some more of Maple Story's bosses kind of mirrored them. Yeah, there's a lot of thought that goes into the bossing in that game, but we'll stay on the same topic of the game. I had a original live commentary put over this, but yeah, you don't want to hear that. So I'll just voice it over, because I think we were just basically moaning and crying like a little baby about the sleeps, and just asking Pap to fight us and burn our pots and at least just attack us for 30 seconds before going to iframes again. Something to that effect. But yeah, I kind of hold on to my stoppers here because we need around 4 for second body. And I also, this boss isn't challenging us in any way, shape, or form remotely. So maybe I'll save the stoppers for a boss I need to down quickly because I'm getting tired, or I will be getting tired. That time matters. So we just cider this. I wish we got some Energizer pots from this Pap, because that would have been nice, having that 25, weapon attack pot that lasts 30 minutes. What a stellar pot for us. Be better than the cider. Yeah, but we got none of those. I wish we did. But yeah, Papulatus. Effin' Papulatus. So much hate for this boss right now. I'm not sure if this is an achievement. You tell me, is this an achievement Downing Pap at 109, 16 levels early. Is it an achievement or is it just us being really stupid? Because as I've demonstrated here, anybody who sits here who's willing to sit for 2 hours can do it. Maybe it is being done a lot and I just don't know. But yeah, that's kind of a milestone for us, I guess. Yeah, bit of a milestone. What do we do next? Oh, I checked Pianist. It doesn't drop anything of interest. It's like Monster Magnet 30, NX and a card. I have nothing else I would be looking for. Oh, Miniature Pianist is also for Hero's Will. But, yeah. Nah, I don't know if I want to do Pianist anymore. It's a lot of HP. It's okay experience, I guess. But yeah, that cancel weapon attack with our damage. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Because Bigfoot's a different story. We need the toe now. We need the Death Star pretty much now. We need to switch over to Sky Skis. Tack Skis. Not accuracy, deck skis. So I need the toe. That's why it's a different story. And that's what's painful about it is I don't want to kill Bigfoots right now. Like, I want to be stronger. I want to get more equipment so it's not so long. Maybe get Rush so that we can kind of juggle it and have fun with the Bigfoot while we're killing it. Try not to kill anybody and twist it past from rushing it all those distances, but yeah. Not sure what we'll do next. We'll have a lot of jelts. Maybe play around with the idea that we can go Zach. Like No, we're definitely waiting until 4th job. I'm gonna stop being insane. Yeah, I'll wait till 4th job. Maybe like 130. Have at least, Zerk 20. I wonder if it's possible to get 30 with the rules of Zerk 30. But either way, if we don't, maybe it's better just go 20 in Zerk and 10 in Stance for Zakum. We'll see how it goes. Remember, when I was kind of that far away from Pop, I said it was going to be no difficulties anticipated. We have access to ACPs from Mo and Phantom Forest, so we'll probably carry with us 500-ish. Carry around 2K pots of maybe around like 6 to 8K pots in various denominations. Have 100 jelts. For a level gap, like a 15 level gap, should be doable. If that's the case, it should be just fine, I think. Yeah. So I'm not very worried. I just am hoping that we can hit the top right Zakum arm. I don't want to roar down. I do not want to roar that. If we have no other choice. We should be able to hit it though. I think I've seen a DK hit there before, or dark. But yeah, this is a very long pop. Very, very long pop. Very long Papulatus. Let's kind of skip ahead a little bit. I doubt anybody wants to sit for this long watching this. So we'll go ahead and do that. So yeah, from the pap there, we'll just kind of skip ahead, yeah. That pap there was not that impressive. Like, I thought there would be more dark tokens coming out of this. I recall in previous Halloween events that they're just kind of fly out in all the directions. You get like 10 dark tokens or something. But we only got one. 1K NS card, better than nothing. Better than just 100 and 250. But yeah, I was kind of expecting more out of that pap. I wanted like a scroll or something. Or something else. So, aside from the experience, like experience-wise, I was like around 50-ish%. Cool, that's all dandy. We go get our level up here. So with the Pure Hat, one interesting thing about it is we end up with around like 50-ish. We can get 5 int gain with it on per level up. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. After this, I tried the Dragon Blood ability. It's not a very good ability, I found out, because it's a passive weapon attack boost. It doesn't stack with pots, and it'll probably screw up my Zerg. So I'm not going to skill that any more than 3. get this, cooldowns down. We get this done. And we go Bigfoot, get 3 done, get extremely frustrated at the time, and then we stop, and then I go and make a video, a really poorly made one, and I fix it right now. So we got our first gelt there. Very nice. At the time I'm talking right now, we have, I think 4 gelts. So you can definitely kind of pile up a big stack of them, like 100. No joke. You must keep up to date with the jump quests, the event cycles, and you get a ton of stuff. I was actually amazed by this. I totally forgot. Because I thought we weren't going to have apples. I thought stoppers were going to be the best thing we could get. And that's not the case. We have gelts. So thrilled about that. I'm not going to go ahead and just end on the positivity like, oh, things will go better. Things will get better from here. Things will get better from here, guys. We're just gonna take our break and take it so that we're more prepared for the rigors of the Ironman. Because I know this is what being an Ironman does. I know this is me behind the scenes, past the rainbows and bunnies. That there is that kind of animosity, that frustration at a grind just not going anywhere. But yeah, I know, like what's those other players, like some have grinded for 1 month. The same thing for 1 month. And that's crazy to me. So I'm sorry for that original upload. Hopefully that didn't make you think any less of me. But if it did, I understand, I deserve that. So we'll catch up next time. And in the meantime, take care and be well. Bye-bye.